say, appreciated by our customers. Our quality standards are, of course, the same as per international standard. We are certified ISO 9001 in all the processes of manufacturing, and we have all necessary equipment to guarantee the production in the correct way. We also promote a safe and environment-friendly business environment, meaning that we're proud to say 0 accidents so far in 2015. And in the business we do, you know, it's not so simple because we make heavy products and we make a lot of machining tool, and so forth, and it's a fairly complex achievement. We are also environment certified. We utilize environment-friendly technologies in all our application. Here I give the example of painting, which is a very environment-sensitive operation, where we use water paint at the same standard as we use in Western countries. And our customers give us recognitions. They like us. That means they recognize the support they get from our Indian organization. And we got acknowledgement by people like JCB, Tata Hitachi, Claas, which are some of our main customers, for the different aspects of cooperation. So where are we in terms of alignment with the national priority, Make in India? We produce in India in the real way. We do not import parts and, so to say, put them together like Make in India. No, we make in India. Whatever we make is produced here. We vertically integrate the technology. We generate the value here. Very important, extremely important. We have over 100 different vendors where we partnership with that provide us materials. Most materials are steel, cast iron, and so on. We are a start export house because, as I said before, about 20%, 25%, according to different years, of the production we make in India is exported through different Bonfiglioli facilities in the world. So we also generate, in this way, a certain, economic advantage to the local reality. And of course, we provide employment. Bonfiglioli has direct employees around 730 here in Chennai, plus another 80 in Bangalore. So over 800 people in total. But in reality, with our vendors and our, so to say, subcontractors and so on, we give jobs to about 2,000 people, which is a very relevant presence and certainly the biggest presence in the world for Bonfiglioli outside of Italy. To these people, we provide skill development programs. We believe very much in developing the skills because we are a technology company, and so we support an apprenticeship program, and we trained about 100 technical apprentices in the last 2 years, 14, 15. A lot of these people stay with us in the long time, and we conduce also a graduate engineer training program, which is a consistent on-the-job training for preparing people to be, in the future, the engineers of the future. So we provide a lot of support to the training and graduation of these people. Bonfiglioli is also engaged in philanthropy in this area, and we established a foundation which is called Cheer Futureland, and this was started in 2008. Today, it's a fairly relevant reality. We have about 100 children that are supported and helped in introducing into scholar programs and grow as, in the future, being engineers or better, so to say, educated people. One word about our experience in Tamil Nadu from the qualitative point of view. We have found a business-friendly environment. This is, I think, fair to say Tamil Nadu was the right choice. I mean, when we came to India, there were different options, different choices that we could do. In Tamil Nadu, business environment has been friendly. Of course, there have been some financial help at the very beginning of the company, but this is beside the point. I think The most important thing why Tamil Nadu is business friendly for a foreign company to come here is the quality of the people, the quality of the training of people, availability of graduate engineers in the mechanical industry is very good. I would say, stability of our workforce and our management is very good. So this, in my opinion, helps a lot a foreign enterprise to manage a growing company in this country in the best possible way. At any given time, we never had more than one Italian resident here. So we do not need a very large Italian management to manage the enterprise. It's all taken care by Indian management. And I think, the relationship between Italian and Indians in terms even of character of people, especially here in Tamil Nadu, I think is very easy, it's close. So these are very, very fundamental reasons for saying Tamil Nadu is a good solution. Also, there are more practical reasons. Tamil Nadu has a very large harbor where we can export material in an easy and convenient way. Infrastructure has been improved over the years. Of course, in the whole of India, infrastructures are at a different level than we expect in Western countries, but they've been constantly improving, so transportation has become easier, and so on. Airport has improved. Many things, that we see developing in Tamil Nadu, and we are proud to be part of this development and to accompany the Tamil Nadu state into this development. We want to thank you very much for your attention, and I hope that you found some useful information here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Carboni, for your exhaustive presentation. I would like to request now Mrs. Giada Bono from Banca Sella to make a presentation of another long-term experience of Italy in Tamil Nadu. Actually, along with Bonfiglioli, it has been one of the first presence to be settled in the state, and moreover, I mean, one of the pioneer experience also in the field of IT sector. As of today, Banca Sella is the largest. As of today, Banca Sella is the main important experience of Italy in the IT sector, apart from being the oldest, one of the oldest presses in Chennai. Although the speaker, Mrs. Giada Bono, she's the youngest on the days, but she has been in Chennai for many years, for the last 10 years. So thank you, Giada, you can proceed.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. My gratefulness to the Tamil Nadu government, to the Italian government represented by His Excellency, and good afternoon to all you fellow delegates. It's a real pleasure to speak about Gruppo Banca Sella, and it's a real pleasure for many things. When you speak about experiences, as we are going to speak now, it's really difficult to understand from where will we start. Do we start for why we came here, what we brought, what we got, or whatever? So as usual, we will tell a story. That's the story of the Gruppo Banca Sella. And you see how then Gruppo Banca Sella and story, Italy and India will become symbiotic. And many things will take somehow shape in a couple of minutes from now. I'm going to spend, hopefully, around 10 minutes. Please stop me if you see that I'm going to. Yeah, you can tap on the mic, definitely. What you see behind me is the new headquarters of Banca Sella. Probably many of you don't know us. We are a private bank group started back in the 19th century. Let me see if this goes so. Ah, c'è Elati, sorry. Sì, però non si muove. Yes, yes, yes. It's on. This one? Yeah. And I have to point there. Perfect. Yeah. So, as I was telling, a unique tradition. few of you, not many, might have heard about this gentleman. Quintino Sella was the only finance minister in the history of Italy that has achieved what we call balance sheet parity, so no debt. So it was one side of the family. The second side of the family was Mr. Gaudenzio Sella. Once Quintino became the finance minister, he has told we need a banking system. So he has asked, obviously, he has gone to the family and told, you start a business, you start a banking business. And Gaudenzio started the bank back in 1886. There was a third part of the family that's not part of our discussion today, but you might hear, or I invite you to search for, and it was Vittorio Sella. Vittorio Sella has been one of the most important mountaineers and mountain photographer in the world, together with Ansel Adams. So this history is starting long ago, and it's an history of slow and organic growth. It's an history that is seeing Banca Sella growing through 5 generations of banking. The family still owns the business, and before the banking, there have been 10 generations of the textile industry. The shirts that were wore for the battle that has led to the unity of Italy back in 1860 were dyed and were prepared in one of the mills there in Biella, where we are having our headquarters. So unique tradition for many reasons. We have been always small, and one thing that we have always been told is that unless you are a first mover, you will not catch the market. So back in 1970s, there was a crisis of cash, and they came up with ideas. My fellow colleagues, I was not there obviously, my fellow colleagues came back with an idea of checks. In the 1997, we started internet banking. In 1997, we started e-commerce, and I'm glad to tell that 50% of the European transaction that year passed through Banca Sella. 50% of the European transaction, 4 of them. So that was the kind of market we started in. There was nothing actually. And now currently 42% of all the Italian transactions, electronic transactions, are passing through our electronic payment gateway that is called JustPay. And obviously, and that's where India starts coming into play, that electronic payment gateway has been and is still developed mainly out of India. 2008, we came up with the first iPhone app. 2010, we came up with the first iPad app. Now we are having an iPhone app. We have been the first one to launch money transfer on Facebook, and since we are having also fellow colleagues from the press, we were impressed by the title. There was a title a few months after we launched the money transfer on Facebook that was telling, after Banca Sella, Facebook starts payment on its own platform. So that was for us a recognition that we started a service even before Facebook was started that. So this is a unique tradition of innovation, unique tradition of respecting the core values. Our founder was telling that literally they are telling it's the customer that gives us bread. È il cliente che ci dà il pane. So and one of our core values is love for customer. And everybody is looking at us, do you really love your customer? Yes, we love them. That's the only way of thriving and being successful. So as you see, our mission is to support our customer in achieving their goals. And you see that's a lot about the bank here, meeting their financial, banking, and insurance need. But prudency is one key factor, as well as responsibility. And then obviously being a family-owned group, sustainability and long-term have always been one of the key factors. Whenever we go to the top management or to the owner with any kind of disruptive ideas, his answer is it going to be sustainable? Is it going to be fair 100 years from now? So the long-term look has always been there. I've told you, innovation, we have spoken a lot about innovation, personal relationship, and trust. I can go on, but as I've told, I have 10 minutes. I cannot give justice to 150 years of experience in 10 minutes or to 20 years in India. Feel free to contact me if I maybe have not been clear enough. So Banca Sella, apart from Italy, is having 3 main establishments abroad, one in Ireland where we are having mutual fund of investments and business. In Romania, we are having one of the biggest back office in Romania is one of the group of Banca Sella. We are having around 400 people there, mainly back office and partly IT. And India is, despite our name, we are called Banca Sella Chennai branch. We do not transact in any banking transaction. This is something I have to tell at every presentation. We do software and we do deliver service and business solution for the entire banking group. Line of business: finance, private banking, commercial banking, and payment system. But this is what it's connecting us with India. We have this unique innovation strategy that has been multi-channel and digitally integrated back from 1996. We are one of the few banks in Italy that is fully IT independent. That means that we are not buying from any vendor. We are having more people in IT, 600, than private bankers. We are having more people in IT than in any other line of business. And that's where you start to see how IT is permeating in the entire strategy. And why are we IT independent? For one big reason. That is what is allowing us to be first mover. That is what is giving us the agility. That is what is giving us the possibility of using IT as a business contributor and as a business strategy instead of only as an enabler. So if we have told that we are first mover, that we value business, so we value IT as one of the key competitive factor for business, we could not go anywhere than here. And we came actually in 1996. The most of the outsourcing started back in 2000. The GIC, as it is called, Global In-House Centers, have started around 2000. We came 3-4 years earlier. And the reason is that, again, because there has been somebody visionary telling that's the place to be. And they've done it as first mover 4 or 5 years before anyone else. Now, why is it we came here? There's obviously a fact that is about cost arbitration. That's what it's called. No, it was cheaper. But there were many other places where it would have been equally cheaper. The idea of going global and using India as the hub for our globalization that now is taking, obviously, shape has been one of the main reasons. So we are in India mainly and predominantly because it's a strategic hub for us to digitalize and to get each and every opportunity. Banca Sella Chennai, so I have been tapped, so let me go fast. We are now 250 people. We have done tremendous transition from software delivery to project delivery, from delivery to COE, to Center of Excellence, and now we are expanding drastically our footprint with a new line of business completely dedicated to analytics and with a systematic innovation framework that is having a terrible return on investment. And what have been the 3 defining factors, and I think this is where the key of my message is, are really inspired top management. The people we have found here, we have found people with passion, drive, loyalty, and an unmatchable willingness to learn. And that's what makes Tamil Nadu, for us, the preferred partner. And the third one is equally important, a solid and evolving ecosystem. We have grown in the footprint that we have had in the group, from cost arbitration to innovation center, because there has been an equally growing and thriving ecosystem of IT and ITS sector. What's next for us? Obviously, sustaining and living up to the strategic expectation, but leveraging this. Those are probably the 2 most important numbers for any investor, at least in my area. India is the second largest talent pool in the world from the point of view of availability of emerging skills. And India is the fourth largest startup community in the world. Those are obviously two key items that in IT and ITS represent actually a turning factor if you want to move beyond cost arbitrage. I have far exceeded. I will not move after this. As I've told, if you have any question, please feel free to contact me.
Thank you, Giada, also for reminding something which is very little known, that an Italian company has been pioneer on the IT development way back in the mid of the 90s, when there was not yet the wave of the larger development take place later on. Now we move from the old established presence to the new one. Before that, we move, we touch anyway something which is old and new at the same time. As it was said by Amedeo, the ambassador before, Italy is also not only a country of small and middle-scale enterprises, also a big, large-scale enterprises, and Fiat, of course, is the first name. Fiat used to have an important presence in Chennai until a few years back with a joint venture with Ashok Leyland, manufacturing the Iveco vehicle. Then Fiat chose other different strategy for the Indian market and moved away back from Chennai. But in a world that is witnessing a large change, Fiat also has made in the past few years a merger with Chrysler from US, create a new larger conglomerate group in the automobile sector, it is FCA. And by that, they came again to be having a presence in Chennai of a strong engineering-based company in Chennai. And they are very much concerned about creating an interaction between, integration between the two groups. So I kindly request Mr. Subramaniam Murali to give a presentation how this process of integration between Fiat and Chrysler is happening in Chennai and in India. Thank you.
Grazie. அன்புள்ள வணக்கம். And good afternoon to all, and I should say buongiorno also. First of all, I'm a native of Chennai, so I'm very, very proud to be here, as you can imagine. I grew up here, I studied here, and I'm very proud to be standing here as a landmark moment for Tamil Nadu, and I congratulate the government of Tamil Nadu for putting this up. So thank the Italian government and His Excellency for providing this opportunity. I'm equally proud to talk about my company, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles Engineering in India, bringing together the Fiat, Chrysler, and then the smart engineering in India. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about Fiat Chrysler because it's a little new entity, and tell you about a little bit about the presence in India in engineering and what are the upcoming products that you must be looking forward to. Fiat Chrysler Automobiles is a recent emergence with the merging of two 100-year veterans, 100 plus years I should say, Fiat Group and the Chrysler Group, bringing together the Italian flair and style and the American ingenuity. And of course we are in India because we have smart engineers here. So what we represent here, we have mass market brands, which I will talk about a little bit. We are also, the style representation from Italy, the Ferrari, of course you must have heard of Ferrari, and Maserati. Also we have some component and systems like Magneti Marelli, Kumau, etc. So we are a fairly large group, 7th largest automaker in the world. Some of the key statistics, we obviously have several popular brands covering the Fiat Group, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and the Chrysler Jeep, which is imminently coming to India. We have, of course, the Ram brand, Lancia, the Maserati, of course, which I spoke about, and of course Ferrari. Our basic revenues 100 billion plus, and almost 4 to 5% investment in R&D. We have 85 R&D centers, and one of the most important R&D centers is here in Chennai. And I'll talk about a little bit about that, which is my organization. We have more than close to 250,000 employees. As far as technical centers go, I'm going to speak a little bit about engineering and technical centers. which is relevant to my organization. We are basically divided into 4 regions: the North America NAFTA, the Latin America, the Europe, Middle East, Africa, and the Asia Pacific. And our technical center in Chennai, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more, is one of the the third largest R&D center for Fiat Chrysler. And I'll talk about a little bit about our journey. I think it is relevant to